If you haven't seen Parasite, it is a fantastic film with a really important commentary, and it's packaged in a comedic thriller that's equal parts terrifying and hilarious.
It's full of incredible visual motifs that translate super well into poster design, so we thought it would be a great jumping off point for our new project.
So stick around as we avoid client work and design an original poster for a movie we love. This is Parasite, Reframed. So our first step, which is the same as with all our projects, is to sketch out all our initial ideas.
So for our sketching process, we each came up with 3 thumbnails to get our good and bad ideas out.
And from that, we'll figure out which ones we're gonna pursue in our first round of design. So for my 3 thumbnails, I went very literal with it. I chose scenes or objects from the movie. My first option was the only one that was really appealing to me, but I thought the toilet poster might also be interesting, so I chose to develop 3 a little bit as well.
So my 3 focused on the outdoor compositions. I really wanted to contrast the lush green with the bright red. I ended up deciding to combine the first 2 sketches into a new composition to develop further.
Okay, here we are.
We're back.
You want to go first?
My freshman year in college design project.
Ooh,
quality
I like
poster.
I think the color's not really working.
Yeah, it's very bright.
I think it's just like a lot on my eyes, and I feel like the line drawing I'm losing because of the color. But I like it. I like the line drawing a lot. I think it's super cool.
Maybe I bring in a fill.
Yeah, or like an offset fill could be cool too, to have it give it more of like a printing feel. But I really like the type. Let's go over the type because it seems like you have a lot
I definitely spent more time on finding reference type, which my favorite was definitely between Neil Bold and Dunkel Sands.
This one I like a lot.
That's the one I ended up going with on my mock-up. This like implied shadow and 3-dimensionality. It's almost like a knife.
Yeah, it really is cool. You want to look at mine?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, I've already given you a sneak peek, so
Well, I haven't seen the toilet at all.
Right.
Can we talk about this
we
one?
can start with the toilet.
It's very IKEA construction.
Yeah.
But
and same with the cabinet as well.
Yeah.
It's all very clean, very crisp lines. But at the same time, does anybody really want a toilet poster?
Right.
Go
It was
anywhere.
worth exploring. I think we both really liked the framing of the toilet.
Yeah. I guess the other options are a little bit more interesting. I'm not really in love with it.
Yeah, I think the thing that works against it the most is honestly just the way we're looking at it. It's a horizontal composition, and it just doesn't work in the vertical poster.
Yeah, I thought it would be interesting, but it just makes you want to turn your head.
Yeah, especially for how detailed it is. I want to like see, what is this award thing? And it's like it's not going to make as much sense immediately.
That is essentially the same thought process I was having. So I thought, why not crop in on the bookshelf?
I mean, I'm thinking like, okay, well, we're going to have a lot of detail on these shelves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where's going to be the room for smaller secondary type? Because I know we wanted to list the director's name, obviously the title, maybe some of the actors. Maybe we crop it even more to where we have like it's in a frame a bit and we have space.
So you're saying like zoom out.
Yeah, I almost don't want to, but like maybe it'll give us more breathing room or visually.
Play around with that.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if I have a correct hunch.
Let me grab some of your. Which one do you want to use?
Let's go with Neil Bolt.
Neil. What you bring to the party? Oh, Neil. Tell me more. I don't know. I really don't hate that.
But I do like that. That looks like a t-shirt.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I do like that.
Yeah, I do too.
Vertical type, and I mean that orientation is looking really cool to me.
And that's literally just a quick little move around.
I honestly feel like if we just run with this and we start designing the, I mean, that's pretty striking.
I know.
That type is fucking awesome.
I know.
I think we could even have like Morse code elements like that on the side.
Okay, we need to bring in that Morse code.
Like we can fill the frame around it, and then inside I'll do better illustrations of some of these, and we'll choose which ones we want to go on what shelf. And then, boom. I think that's a really cool poster. Is everything recording for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll share my screen first. What do you think?
Wow. I really like it. I love that palette a lot. I think I told you it looks kind of like Goodnight Moon to me.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
is
Yeah.
One of my
No,
favorite
that's so
like
true.
illustrated kids books. But I think it's good. It doesn't scream, oh, this is a kid's book. I think it's just an interesting like mid-century secondary and primary color palette.
Do you want to show me what the type looks like? I'll stop sharing my
Sure.
screen.
Okay, this is my more cleaned up Illustrator document because before it was like a lot.
I
going
really
on.
like that.
But so this is kind of where I started, and then I played around with like, do we want it to be an outline? Do we want it to be a solid? I even thought about putting the Morse code in here, like for each letter, so that'll make more sense.
Oh, that's what that is. That's cool.
And then over here, I was like, okay, well then maybe I can put more Morse code in here so they really fit together. So this is like one block in Hangul, English, and Morse code, and it's the same name, and it just kind of like mirrors itself.
I think it's really cool. The right side in the yellow version is kind of a little confusing about where the Korean typography like lines up with the English. I think the English to Morse code is pretty clear on all of them, which is nice. But I really love the type that you've built out so far. I think I just want to like jumble it up and play with it a little.
Yeah, no, I'd love to see what you do with it.
I feel like the next time we check in, we're both going to have something that's really close to what the final will be.
Yeah.
Which is very exciting.
I know, I'm so ready to finish this poster.
So, do you want to open your Illustrator and I will open mine?
Yeah.
And we'll show each other what we got. This right here is a screenshot because I got to this point and then it crashed and I lost like an hour of work.
No.
But I was screen recording, so I had this. I was actually recording. I was recording with a camera too, so you can see the exact moment on my face when I lost it all. But this is kind of where I was going with it. I was playing with the shadows. I don't know. There's that you can see in this one they're red and this one they're black, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure where to go with it. But
I kind of like the black shadows.
I think I do too. I feel like it really makes them pop. The only thing that I'm not loving about this poster, and I really do love a lot about it, is this big block of
That was my next
Morse
point.
code.
What does it look like? Not there.
All right, so here we are. I think it looks good. I think it looks really, really good.
It's crazy how long we spent on that one corner.
I know.
But I think it was worth because we realized a lot of things about the type in general.
I'm super happy with it.
I am too. Like after having a frustrating afternoon, I think I'm ending on a very relieved note.
Me too. We can take a deep breath because everything else is really just going to be minor tweaking. I want to fix the shadows. But other than that, I'd say we're done. Congratulations. Great poster.
Thank you,
Great
Mr.
work.
George.
I love it. I really love it. Oh, next we got to print it.
So while the design might be done, there's one final step, which is printing proofs. Proofs are the best way to ensure color accuracy, file fidelity, make sure everything's crispy and not blurry, and to catch any other little mistakes that we might have missed on the monitor. You'd be really surprised what shows up on paper.
The file looked great. After the first couple prints, we had the color honed in perfectly and the details were looking great for the most part. But we did notice some legibility issues with some really small typography at the bottom. But luckily we had the file on hand, so we were able to correct everything and hand back the file to Adam for one final round.
Once we fixed that problem, we took our final proofs back to the studio where we hung them up on the wall, compared them at different sizes, and took a fine-tooth comb to them.
Marking any little errors or things we might want to tweak with Post-its, and we end up with 3 separate files ready for printing.